So we've sold multiple seven figures worth of high ticket info, coaching, and consulting for our clients. And in this video, I'm going to break down the entire meta ad strategy that we're running right now to take offers from 0 to 100K per month and multiple six figures per month. I'm going to show you exactly how we set up the campaigns. I'm also going to jump into the ads manager for that. I'm going to explain the logic behind the campaign structure based on Meta's articles. Then I'm also going to show you how to do proper creative testing, because that's something nobody in our space talks about. And lastly, I'm going to show you the creative types that we're running right now and also the creative format, so you can just copy us and use it for yourself. So as you can see right here, a couple $1 million in high ticket sales. And by the way, if you want us to run your entire offer and take it to multiple six figures per month, there's going to be a link in the description. Just check it out. But let's continue with the video and let's actually jump into the ads manager. And I'm going to show you exactly how we set up the campaigns that we're running right now. So if you go to the ads manager, just create a new ad and select leads as the campaign objective. And then you're going to be here. Okay. For each and every one of our ICPs that we're targeting, we want to have a different campaign, right? So as you know, targeting is nowadays basically dictated by messaging. If you're talking to one specific type of person, Meta is going to take your ads and put it in front of that exact type of person, right? And that's why we want to have multiple campaigns for each one of our top ICPs that we want to run ads to, right? Because we basically want to keep the learning inside that one campaign. And yeah, basically let's say you call it call funnel ICP1, whatever you want to call it. This is our campaign. And then if you go to and by the way, this is campaign budget optimization. So we're going to be running a CBO campaign. Why CBO and not ABO? Okay, because Meta is $1 trillion company. I trust their systems that are worth millions and millions and millions of dollars. You should do too. Okay, so I just create a CBO campaign and let Meta's AI basically allocate the spend throughout my campaign based on whatever is going to work best. Okay, that's the thought pattern behind it. The ad set, you're going to leave it broad. Okay, so you're basically going to go here, go to audience. As you can see right here, Advantage Plus is already turned off. So you're gonna go to further limit the reach of your ads, right? If you do that, go to age, select anything else than 65 plus, because if you see, or if you can see right here, if you select 65 plus, it's gonna be on. Just turn it, select any other age, right? And then this is gonna pop up. All right, deselect this, unselect that, and Advantage Plus is going to be turned off. And what we like to do is obviously we want to run our ads in the US and also Canada. So locations, US, Canada. Everything else we're going to leave broad, literally. Okay, so that's what we're going to do with the ad set. And now in the ads level, we are going to have one control ad set. Okay, we're going to have one control ad set, and we are going to have 5 to 8 ads in that ad set. Okay, now you might be thinking, wait, 5 to 8 ads? What about creative diversity? You do not want to have fucking 30 ads right here. Okay, that's going to mess up your sequence learning. Meta's basically trying to take your ads that you give them, right, and try to find the best sequence of ads to show to your prospects one by one in order to push them further down your funnel and closer to the conversion goal that you're optimizing for. And that's why we don't want to have 30 unique different ads, because that's just going to mess up the sequence learning. There is no way Meta is going to be able to find the best sequence to show to your prospects. So we have 5 to 8 ads. And the way we still reach creative diversity is if you go to the ad level and scroll down to ad creative, right? You can set up ad creative and you can select multiple videos right here. Okay. As you can see, we like to do 2 to 3 ad creatives per ad. Right? So if you do that, you're going to see, okay, next, done. So as you can see right here, we have 3 creatives within this one ad, right? And we're also going to have 2 different primary texts and 2 different headlines. And that's how we reach creative diversity. We give Meta the option to find the best combination of those multiple primary texts and also the creatives and the headlines. And it's still gonna treat it as one ad and not 12 unique different ads with different post IDs. You get the idea. We don't want to make it too complicated because it's going to mess up the sequence learning. We want to have multiple creatives within one ad. Let me explain the logic behind it. So as you can see right here, again, this is what I just said, right? One CBO campaign, one control ad set, 5 to 8 unique ads. Each and every one of your ads is going to have multiple creatives within it. And the way we reach creative diversity is your creatives should have different concepts. Let me explain. So what you basically want to have is you want to have a team of ads. Okay, you don't want to have 30 unique ads that are all optimizing for cost per result. You want to have a team of ads where each and every one of your ads actually has a fundamentally different job. For example, one of our 5 ads might be designed to get attention into our funnel, right? Get attention, get awareness, but these ads are not really optimizing for the best cost per result, which is cool because they're adding people into our funnel and growing the pool of more aware people that now our bottom of funnel ads can go ahead and use to convert them. Does that make sense? Our ads have each and every one of our ads has a fundamentally different purpose. We have top of funnel ads, middle of funnel ads, and bottom of funnel ads. Okay, and that's what I meant with the sequence. Meta's gonna try and analyze which of your ads is basically they're gonna show them one of your ads, right? And let's say somebody engages with the ad, Meta's going to have an impression, okay? And based on that impression, they're going to try and analyze your other ads that are also that they have as well that you gave them, and they're going to try and find out, okay, which is the next best ad to show them in the sequence in order to push them further down the funnel, right? Closer to the conversion goal. Okay, and that's basically how we have to set up the ads. And when I now say that one ad has multiple creatives within it, you should understand that, let's say it's a top of funnel ad, right? You should not have like a top of funnel ad and then a middle of funnel ad and a bottom of funnel ad creative, like 3 different ad creatives with different purposes and jobs within this one top of funnel ad. You don't want to do that. Instead, what you want to do is you want to split test angles. Okay, that's how it works. So basically, let's say it's a top of funnel ad for a standing desk fucking product. Okay, it's a desk. You have multiple different ways and angles to sell that desk, right? One angle could, for example, be, all right, like the reason why you have an energy crash in the middle of your day is because you're using a normal desk, and then you introduce your standing desk as a better solution. That's one angle. Another angle could be you're going to be struggling with back pain if you use a normal desk, whatever. Like you have different angles that are distinct from each other, right? These 2 angles were distinct from each other, but they have the same job. Right? The job is to make somebody aware of a problem that they have right now. That's how you have that's how you have to see it. Multiple concepts within concept-based creatives within one ad, right? And then Meta's gonna take your ad, and it's gonna, instead of having like 30 unique ads, you're gonna have one ad with multiple creatives and multiple possible combinations, and Meta's gonna treat it as one ad instead of multiple ones. Does that make sense? It's gonna make it much more simple for Meta to go and find out the best sequence of ads to show to your prospects. Okay, so that's how we set up the campaigns and the logic behind them. And how are we gonna test these campaigns? It's pretty simple, right? It's actually not that simple, but like the logic behind it is simple. You're gonna let it run for 1 or 2 weeks, right? Don't touch it. Okay, just let it run. Get it let it get a few results. Let it get out of the learning phase at first. Right? And if it's running profitably, you just scale it. You don't touch it, just scale the shit out of that until it's not profitable anymore if you put more money into it. And at that point, you're going to try and find the weak point within that funnel. Okay? Again, each and every one of your ads has a fundamentally different purpose. If at some point you're not running it profitably anymore, you're just going to look for the weakest part of this campaign, right? And try to split test against it, okay? And try to replace that weak point with the winner. Right? This is how it could look. For example, let's say your bottom of funnel ad is the weak point. You know that because, for example, your bottom of funnel ad should usually have a high CPM because that's normal. It's a more expensive pocket audience, right? You should also have a high frequency with your bottom of funnel ads, okay? Because you're retargeting people. The frequency is going to be higher because Facebook is trying to get them to convert. And it's also going to have low spend, right? Which is normal. These 3 metrics are normal. Why low spend? Because the pool of more aware people, you can't scale too much into it at first, okay? But no, let's say the bottom of our ad has these 3 things, but it also has a high cost per result, higher than average cost per result. This is all based on your account average. What happens then? What this means is that the ad is just not good. It's not performing well, all right? Because it has a higher cost per result, let's say, than a top of funnel ad, which is obviously not what we're looking for. These bottom of funnel ads should have a lower CPR. So we're gonna split test against it. Remember, we have our one control ad set with our 5 to 8 unique ads. We're going to introduce a test ad set with one test ad in it, and that one ad also has multiple creatives within that one ad. Okay, again, different creatives with the same purpose and the same job, right? And different concepts just. All right, so you're gonna run this split test at CBO, so Meta is gonna reallocate the spend between these 2 ad sets, right? And what could happen, and ideally you want this to happen, is that Meta takes spend away from this broken bottom of funnel ad, right? Takes spend away from it and starts spending that money on this test ad instead. Okay, and if you see that this earns spend and it has better metrics, maybe it has a lower, it has like this frequency CPM and the spend stay the same, let's say, but it has a lower CPR, cost per result, than your weak ad before, that means that this ad is better. It's winning, right? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take that ad and replace the old one. And now you have a new control ad set, you scale into it again, right? And you scale as long as you're profitable. At some point, you're again gonna be at a point where you have to find for the weak links, right? And then you keep doing this, basically, all right? This is how we do creative testing properly. If you have 30 random ads in one ad campaign, it's not going to be able to, you're never going to be able to do proper creative testing because you're never going to be able to understand why things are working and why things are not working. You have too many variables, okay? It makes no sense. This is much simpler and much easier to run a creative test with this campaign structure, all right? So Next up, what we like to do, and now that we talked about the campaign setup and also the logic behind it and how we test it, let's talk about the actual ads and the creatives within that campaign, right? The types of creatives that we love to run are: one, SRPA framework ads. I'm going to get into it. Next up, social proof ads, straight offer ads, borrowed authority ads, objection handling ads, and then also a bonus straight offer ads. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about those. Obviously, there are many, many more creative types, right? A lot of creative types. These are just the ones that we like to use. Let's jump in with the SRPA framework. SRPA stands for situation, reframe, prove, and ask. Okay. What does that mean? Again, messaging controls your targeting. If you jump in with the exact situation that your lead is in, right, Meta's going to take that and put it in front of them. It acts as a call out. So let's say this was for app owners, right? This was for an info offer for app owners. We jump in with their situation, right? We explain the exact situation to a T. I can't write a single line of code and I've made more money than software engineers ever will. And then I jump into the situation. I know that sounds crazy, but most software engineers like you are doing the same thing over and over. Get an app idea, start building immediately, spend weeks or months perfecting it, then nobody buys it. And yeah, this is the exact situation that they're in. This is only going to attract the people that are in this situation because everybody else is not going to resonate with this messaging, which is what we want. Okay, that's how we actually dictate our good lead quality and get good lead quality, right? Next up, reframe. We just called out their situation and the problem that they're experiencing, or the roadblock, limiting belief, whatever it might be. Now we have to reframe their set of beliefs, right? So what we do is we say, and the funny part is the devs who actually are making money with their own apps, their code is usually worse than yours, right? They think the problem is the product, right? They think the problem is the product, but we want to reframe them to the belief that the problem is actually marketing. Right? So that's what we do right here. We reframe them. Now they're going to be like, if you do this properly, they're going to be like, holy shit, you're right. It's not the product, right? It's actually marketing. Now you have to show them proof and justify the reframe that you just did, right? You say basically, okay, yeah, the problem is it's not actually your code, it's marketing. And it's one of the things most devs never learn in school, right? Look, my latest app did over whatever, right? So 1.8 million, whatever it might be. And this is the proof justifying the reframe we just did. I say I can't build anything, right? This proves that the reframe that I just did makes sense. And then I just ask them. That's the last step. A is ask. Basically, I CTA them to whatever it is that I'm sending them to, right? You can use this with any step of your funnel. If you want to go more top of funnel with these ads, you just like go deeper into their situation and spend more time on the reframe and less on the CTA. If you want to use it as a bottom of funnel ad or middle of funnel ad, you just go more into the CTA, for example, and explain what it is that you're sending them to, right? You understand this right here. You can use it at every step of your funnel. Next up, we have social proof ads. Pretty self-explanatory. You just explain a case study, like show them a case study, whatever it might be, and then you CTA them to whatever it is that you're sending them to, right? And then we also have straight offer ads. This right here is very solid for bottom of funnel and middle of funnel content. But also, if you use this framework on case studies, you can also use this social proof ad as a top of funnel ad. Okay, but more like what we like to do is we use this as a middle of funnel / bottom of funnel ad. Next up, we also have straight offer ads, beautiful for bottom of funnel conversion ads, right? Obviously, we just jump in with the actual, basically with the hook. The hook is the offer, right? With these ones. Ad founders, we'll get you 500 creator videos in the next 60 days or you don't pay. And if that's kind of scale for creator marketing would at least be interesting. And then I explain the offer, what we can do for them and CTA them to our landing page, right? Straight offer ads work very well for bottom of funnel content right here, bottom of funnel ads. Next up, we also like to use borrowed authority. Okay, what does that mean? You basically use somebody or a company, whatever, a product that is famous in your industry. Let's say it's an app business, right? We help app owners, whatever. Cal AI is very famous in our little industry. Everybody who's our ICP knows about Cal AI. So we use their authority. We jump in with their authority. So Cal AI went from nothing to $50 million a year. And if your app is at least blah, 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 and if you're at this stage right here, you should copy what they did, right? And then we break down what they did, right? In this case, they went ham on UGC content, on organic. And that's actually good for us because we are helping them get more organic content. So we pitch them at the end of it. Does that make sense? So we borrow the authority of a famous industry product, famous product in the industry. We show them what this product does, and then we CTA them to our solution that is actually exactly what that famous industry product does. Okay, that's also what we like to do. We borrow the authority of famous products in our industry. Next up, objection handling ad, very self-explanatory. Just go ahead, take your sales calls, understand what are the objections that are coming up, right? Or what might be, like, let's say you're at the bottom of your funnel, you got them into your funnel with your top of funnel ads. Now your middle of funnel, like you made them aware of the problem that they have that your product is solving. The middle of funnel educates them further on your solution. And now you show them a straight offer ad, for example. and they still don't convert. So what you could think about is, okay, what might be the objection that might still be left after they see the straight offer ad, and then we have an ad for that and basically put it into the campaign as well. Okay, in this case, they might think, okay, the UGC content that they get after hearing this straight offer ad, they might think, okay, the UGC content that we're going to give them is going to be low quality, which is not the case, and we explain, we handle the objection to that ad and send them back to our landing page. Okay, objection handling ad. And then bonus, I like this very much, like the straight offer ads. Super, super, super good ads for bottom of funnel content. It's just like static video ads. I'm going to show you that in a couple of seconds. I'm going to show you an example of a static image ad right here. So we basically have a little text on that page. This is for people who are already at the bottom of our funnel. This is for people who are already more aware and at the bottom of our funnel. We use this to convert the leads. It's basically very simple to scan and get them to basically check out the landing page and then also the offer, obviously. Right, app owners with 2K plus paying users, we do X, Y, Z, guaranteed, click more. Very, very solid offer. These are the creative types that are crushing it for us right now. Okay, you can copy this right here. Obviously, there are much more, but this right here, SRPA, super versatile. You can use it at every single stage of your funnel, and it's gonna crush it for you, I promise, okay? So next up, what are the formats that we like to use? Because remember, the way you actually reach creative diversity based on Meta is having different angles and different formats, okay? So here, you can use these types right here with different angles. Now, you also need different formats. You need unique formats in your ad campaign, right? To give Meta enough options for creative diversity, basically, right? So your one format that we like is obviously the talking head UGC, super simple, obviously, right? You know that this is Hormozi. You understand it, right? It's talking head video, right? It's a talking head video. That's one thing we like to do. Another one is a mirror board ad, very, very solid format. You get the idea. You have a mirror board and then you also have a split screen, basically. This is also very solid. Next up, green screen ads. I have my own Instagram right here. You can check it out yourself. By the way, you can follow me for more tips on my IG, right? But yeah, you have green screen videos like this that you can run as ads. Okay. Next up, what we like to do as well is podcast style ads. Very, like, it crushes it. Okay, you can check it out right here. You get the idea. It's a podcast style ad. Next up, what we like to do as well, this is the static image ad that I just explained to you, right? Super, super, super good format. Okay, this is Daniel Isles. You can see it's basically an image, right? You can scan it as an image, but it's a video. You can see it right here. Like you have B-roll in the background, all of that stuff. This crushes it, right? Use it. You can obviously also just use normal static ads, but this is very, very solid. Next up, iPhone videos, also a very solid format. Get the idea. Low effort iPhone videos, super natural, super natural to the platform, and also native, which is what you're trying to go for. Whiteboard videos, physical whiteboard videos, actually crushing it. Get the idea. You have a physical whiteboard in the background. You talk about a specific topic. Next up, split screens, case study videos. This is what we like to use if you have case studies, right? Split screen videos. You get the idea. It's a case study interview, right? You have a split screen right here with yourself and also the other people that are part of that case study. And these are the formats that are crushing it. For us, again, there are so many formats, so many that you can use, right? I just wanted to point out a couple that we are running right now that we like, okay? And also other people in the space are using very, very successfully. And this is basically how you can set up your campaigns and run your campaigns on Meta Ads and scale your offer to 100K per month. Right? Again, you set up this super simple campaign, right? 5 to 8 ads with different unique creatives within that ad, right? Meta's going to try and optimize for the best best combination of creatives and also primary text and headlines. And that way you reach creative diversity, but it's still counted as one ad, which makes it super simple for it to go ahead and find the best sequence of ads to show to your prospects, right? You have a team of ads that all have a different purpose, right? Fundamentally different purpose. Creative testing, you know that now. You search for the weak point. If you find that, just split test against it, see how Meta reallocates the spend, and then replace the old ad with a new one, or do another split test, right? Or just scale the campaign as long as it's profitable and working, right? The creative types, these are the creative types that we like to run for videos and scripts. Like if you want to understand how to script out your ads and what types of scripts to use, you can use these right here: SRPA, social proof ads, straight offer, borrowed authority, objection handling ad, and straight offer ads, and with as a static video ad. And now you can mix and match these ad types right here, creative types right here, with the different formats. For example, this SRPA format ad framework, you can use it with as a UGC video. You could also make a mirror board video about it, green screen, podcast, like you can use it for everyone. Just think about what makes the most sense. For example, if you have a social proof ad, if you have a video, right? If you just talk about like a story, obviously you can use a UGC talking head video, right? But if you have an actual case study interview, right, you can just use a split screen video for it, okay? For example, for a straight offer ad, you could still use a talking head video. You could also use a miro board video. You could also use a static image ad, static video ad, right? You get the idea. You can also use an iPhone video, a whiteboard video. You can use these ad types and mix and match it with the formats. And that way you're going to reach creative diversity and scale after the Andromeda update. Again, we've made multiple 7 figures in high ticket sales. This is what we're working with right now. Again, if you want us to run your entire offer and take it from 20 to 30, 50K a month to multiple 6 figures per month, just check out the first link in the description. I actually guarantee that you're going to be profitable with our help, right? So yeah, just check it out. Other than that, I appreciate you watching the video and I'm going to see you at the next one. Peace.